Hey guys, AnimeWestReacts here. Let's give a reaction to One Piece chapter 1134. Oda says, I want to thank all the authors who contributed to the laid back One Piece anthology magazine. Really enjoyed reading your submission. Okay? But yeah, we got a cover page or color cover because of Frankie's VA stepping down. So yeah, we got Straw Hats all sitting on top of giant mecha Frankie with water guns. Similar to, I believe we've had one similar type of water gun thing in the past. It was one of the openings. But alright, we got Luffy saying, Old Man Saul, I heard you helped one of our fledglings back in the day. I really appreciate it. We're in your debt. Allow me to introduce myself. And so yeah, he's like holding his hand out. Says he's using Edo era Yakuza talk. The upward palm gesture is a anarchic greeting. And yeah, one of the straws says, Who the heck taught you that one? That routine? Luffy says, Nobody. And so Robin just says, This is Luffy. And Saul says, Der Shishi, I know the fella's world famous. But hey, looks like you found him after all, Robin. And she says, Yeah, just like you said, I actually found them. People willing to accept and protect someone like me. True friends. And yeah, they all start crying again. Yeah, it's like, no, we'd die for you. And then Luffy's like, you betcha. Saul says, it's good to meet Robin's friend. Seriously, you've done great making it all the way to Elbaf. Sorry for spooking you earlier. Me and my assistant, Angie, were out here rehearsing that bit for a while. Saul says, I used to be a Marine, so I know how impressive it is to be recognized as an emperor. And yeah, Saul says, thank you so much for protecting Robin. Please keep it up. And Luffy says, no problem. And Lilith says, hey Saul, it's me. And he's like, have we met? And how the heck are you flying? And Lilith's like, I'm Vegapunk. And he's like, huh? So Jinbei has some kind of container. Says, you sure you want to know? You sure you want it now? And he says, yeah, sorry for the trouble. And Gerd says, allow me. Here, allow me. Jinbei says, you asked me to bring it from Egghead. What's inside, though? And Lilith's like, inside? Why, it's one of me. And then, yeah, Luffy's like, another Vegapunk. Says, yeah, but this clone's different from a satellite. It's a perfect copy. I used it to visit this island 20 years ago. And so, yeah, she says, Stella couldn't exactly leave the lab for months at a time without those government dogs noticing. Now then, let's stop dilly-dallying and get to it. I've already added the cultivation fluid, but we won't be able to do a safe extraction until I make the necessary equipment. That's why I intend to build a new lab right here. And Bonnie says, Lilith, will that make it possible for you to help Papa too? That's what Bonnie says. She says, that's the plan, Bonnie. And she's like, Yahoo! Yeah, Saul says if you really are Vegapunk, then I'm thrilled to see you after 20 long years, but I don't get why you're a woman. And Lil says, oh, there's a perfectly logical explanation. Then someone says, Sir, are you done? Can we play now? It's my bad, kids. Come out. Thanks for waiting. And then, yeah, says, those typesers used the spring area as a playground. We had them hold off so they wouldn't spoil Mr. Saul's performance. You went that far? So yeah, this person says, I apologize for the belated introduction. I'm Angie, an assistant teacher here. Yeah, Saul's assistant Angie says, I don't mean to brag, but this is Elbaf's #1 school and library. And he says, let me give you a tour of the premises. And Luffy says, that sounds fun. Yeah. Angie says, not so fast. And Usopp's like, I can't wait to see how Elbaf raises its mighty warriors. They have pretty cool looking place. Says, this is Walrus Folk School. Mr. Saul opened it 20 years ago at our late king's request. This is going to be a blast. The training school for young warriors, right? Woohoo! As they go running towards the place. But yeah, Saul says, Gerd, Angie, you go on. Show them all around the school. And Gert's like, got her hand up, and she's got like a thumbs up. Saul says, I'm going to take Robin straight to the library. Nami says, are you coming, Chopper? Chopper says, I want to check out the library too. I bet the books are massive. Brooke says, schools always make me nostalgic. Sanji then says, I'll tag along and keep you safe, Nami-san. While Frankie says, I'm more interested in that giant tree. And Jimmy says, yeah, it's huge. While the kids say, let's catch these shorties and play prisoners. And Leader's like, man, it really is a country of giants. Zoro says, should I cut them? And he was also like, no, you idiot. These guys are just kids. Be the mature one. And then, yeah, the girl will say, stop that. You know we're not allowed to harm the cute humans. Not allowed to harm cute humans. And yeah, it's a sorry. Don't call them shorties either. He's like, they're so lame. Zoro then says, are these brats really Elbaf's future warriors? And one kid says, hey, watch it. You can't just say words like brat anymore. But yeah, Usopp then says, this is surreal. We weren't even offered, we weren't even offended by the shorties comment. Aren't you guys meant to be wild fighters willing to pillage and burn the seas themselves? The kid says, fighters? No way, that's dangerous. He's like, Usopp's like, huh? But bastards are the next generation of Elbaf warriors, right? And the girl says, you can't say that. Words like that are old-fashioned. Or Zoro's like, hey, I was an adult just now. And yeah, he was like, old-fashioned? What's that meant to mean? The kid says, you should probably move. You're going to get told off. Standing on Miss Ripley. Oh. So yeah, climbed onto a giant. So we climbed onto a giant. Our bad. And she says, no worries, you're feather light. Anyway, I bet this is culture shock for you, but all those legends of fearsome giant pirates are from 100 years ago, you know. So Ripley, the biology teacher. Ooh, she says foul mouth, aggression, plundering, war. Those are relics of a bygone era now. Like what? And she says, welcome to Elbaf Straw Hats. Heard about you from Saul. And then Angie comes in and says, there you are, Luffy. Sorry about our loudmouth brats. And says, didn't you just say words like that were behind the times? And he's like, yeah, miss, you're so naughty. Says, do as I say, not as I do. He says, seek to trade with other nations, not wage war. Our beloved late King Harold said those wise words. He often clashed with all of the graybeards of the village. Usopp says, King Harold and Angie, however you say it, says a visionary of a king who wanted to revolutionize our country. He was slain by his actual flesh and blood, that crazy prince. country still refuses to recognize his claim to the throne. That's why Elbaf doesn't currently have a sovereign. And that brings today's history lesson to a close. Everyone, show these guys around school. Yes, ma'am. Okie dokie. Says, hey, Mr. Captain, you look different from that all white look you had before. What's the deal? I was looking forward to seeing you like that. And then Leafy's like, that's me at my freest. Then Ripley says, you resembled a legendary warrior from the old fables of Elbaf. Yeah. Like, ooh. But it made my heart skip a beat. I'm from the last generation of Elbaf warriors, after all. So when these giant girls that's holding Usopp up in the air and another one is asking to hold Luffy, I guess. But yeah, so we go over to Saul. He says, oh, so you've pretty much heard already, or pretty much already heard. And so yeah, it says it came up when we were trying to escape Egghead alive. That's how we ended up here. Also, you know how I couldn't stop worrying about those books after seeing all these scholars dying to save them. That's why I went back to Ohara with Haruden and the others. I was overcome with tears when I saw how many of them survived, each one a tiny spark of hope. And Saul says, now be careful, Robin. Watch what happens to that book you're holding as we enter. So yeah, as soon as they enter the library, the book just begins growing pretty much. Like, big. And then Saul says, feast your eyes, isn't it amazing? All these giant-sized books. It's marvelous, don't you think? Any book you bring in here gets gigantified. Welcome to the mysterious Owl Library. All these books we rescued from Ohara 22 years ago can be found here. We made sure not to miss any of them. Not a single one. And Robin's like looking up and thinks back to Clover saying, this is the world's greatest library. Do you like books? And Saul's like, I never thought I'd have the privilege of showing you this. So over in the realm of the dead, someone says, I guess you've also got nothing but free time, huh? And yeah. I'm sorry, am I disturbing you? And Loki says, nah, I welcome a good disturbance. I have nothing to do but kill time. And Loki says, so that moment of true fear you mentioned before, is that still what motivates you? Says, yes, even now when I think about it, I can't stop the trembling. No transponder, snail voice recognition, and cold resistant type. And so yeah, Loki's like, ditto, it's so frustrating. We've been friends for a long time, but for one reason or another, we've never actually met face to face. Ooh. If I was there in your stead, I'd have turned that place into a ruin and slaughtered the lot of them. And so I don't want that. And Logan's like, for a noble soul, you're too naive, Mosa. You gotta stamp him out without mercy. Only a fool gives their enemy a chance to get payback. Thank you for your counsel. And Logan's like, what? You use harsh words, but there is a streak of kindness behind the surface. I noticed that more and more recently. And he's like, hey, you're giving me the creeps. Don't do that again or you'll regret it. That kind of crap won't fly. Kindness, never say that to me again. He says, please, can you not shout? And he says, shut up, Mosa. Just you wait till I'm no longer shackled. Western Village says, hey, wasn't the feast delayed? Says, we're just drinking while we wait. You're having too much fun. Suddenly a lightning bolt strikes the ground, strikes the castle. And yeah, we got two hooded figures coming out of magic circle thing, and it's the Shanks. Shanks look-alike and someone else. But yeah, pretty good episode. Chapter, actually, not episode. If you enjoyed this video, then yeah, stick around, leave a like on it. Sub to the channel, and I'll see you all next time. So,